My name is Noah Bauman, and I work at the Student Welcome Center of the International Department. I'm excited to be moderating this event today. We hope that by the end of the webinar, your questions about the new semester will have been answered and that you will have found out about some of the great offers and services available to you as new members of Humboldt-Universität. First, I would like to get to some quick housekeeping rules for the day. The event will run for 2 hours. After the welcome address, different speakers will be presenting, and we will end with a Q&A session. We have seen your questions in the Padlet, and we'll do our best to answer them during the event. If after the presentations you still have questions, please post these in the Q&A box below, and we will try to address them during the Q&A session. I would also like to remind all students that it is important to differentiate between exchange or program students who are only at Humboldt for 1 or 2 semesters and degree-seeking students who will be staying at Humboldt for the duration of their degree. Answers for your questions might be different depending on which of these 2 groups you belong to. Please keep this in mind so that we can help you and give you the best answers possible. The event today will be recorded, and the recorded version will be available for later use online. The event is also being streamed live on our Instagram, humboldt.international. We have asked Dr. Ursula to welcome you today, and I will now be handing it over to her. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. I'm happy you made it to Berlin. We've been missing you, the international students, and especially in an age of digitalization, which has widely taken over. We value this semi-personal meeting particularly. We wish, however, we could be meeting you in person, that I could be seeing your reactions, we could respond to your answers better, but this seems to be the best way as of now. However, I do want to remind you at the very beginning that we're here for you to talk to either by telephone, by email, or by any other means that you can design, and we can answer for your questions. And we are certainly in hopes of more. I'm the Deputy Director of the International Office, and I have the pleasure of giving you today a few thoughts to start the semester with. And I promise you they won't be too long so that we can get to your questions and to the presentations that my colleagues will be doing following my short welcome to you. You are now at Humboldt-Universität zu Berlin, or will be shortly. I understand that some of you are still abroad. And we thought by giving you the background picture, we would give you a little bit of an impression of what the university looks like in the wintertime, because you're about to enroll or have already enrolled for the winter term. As you know, the university was founded in 1810 in a time of crisis when the state of Prussia, which is where Humboldt University was located and at that time, had just lost the wars against Napoleon. The state was in disarray financially. It was a very difficult time. However, out of these difficult times came a university that nowadays is very prestigious and is really doing its best to fulfill what Alexander von Humboldt, the founder, envisioned at that time, to fulfill our mission to connect studying with research, learning with research. And this is what we would like to suggest to you. I'm sure you came to Berlin, or you will be coming to Berlin, for the culture, the interesting point in politics that we're having at the moment, and for the mix of people that you will be meeting here in the streets and in the university. But I hope that you also came because you realize that there are some very specific scientists here that it would be well worth your while to work with. Just recently, biochemist Peter Hegemann was given a Lasker Basic Medical Research Award. And I see you saying, well, what has that to do with me? It does indeed have something to do with you, because the man is doing basic research today that is leading to the treatment, the cure, and the prevention of illnesses like Parkinson's disease, but he did it by looking at microbial proteins, not what you would think a direct link, but it is interesting that basic research these days is being given a new, more positive picture as leading to then applied sciences. I hope that you will take the opportunity while you're here to study with those people and to develop your curiosity. But I'm also sure that you wanted to be here because Berlin-Brandenburg, the state surrounding Berlin, is such a vibrant research area and student area as well, because there are about 40 non-university research institutions, but there are also 4 large universities and more than 100 smaller universities of applied sciences and specialized university who contribute to a student body of around 250,000 students in the region. That is just, it's a vibrant landscape that is just waiting for you to join it. There are 37,000 students at Humboldt-University, and we very much hope that you will get in touch with as many as will help you find or achieve the goals that you've set yourself for this day. We of the International Office are here to help you get your plans accomplished. We are not here because we need to support each and every one of you, but if you have the questions, and if you today trying to find your way among the darker corridors of the university, then please come and ask your questions, or ask your questions from remotely to the International Office staff. You've decided, and you've already decided, to take up the challenge of joining a new culture. A new language goes along with that for many of you. And I encourage you to use all the resources at your fingertips here at Humboldt to make this a memorable stay. Take up the opportunities that Berlin offers you, that Humboldt offers you, and that all the other students who will be joining us and are already here are offering to you. I want you to be curious, and to be very honest with you, I envy you a little bit to be doing this. I still recall my own stay abroad during my student days, which is a long time ago now. It first in the United States and then on Taiwan. And I remember that this was a very exciting time, one that offered many challenges, but that in the final reckoning, I would have to say it would have been greatly diminished if it hadn't happened. So today, it's the time to listen, to be curious, to ask questions. We are offering you a lot of information, we know that, but again, you can look at it again. And as I said, please come and ask questions. Anyway, I'm giving you over to my colleagues now, and please consider us a resource this coming year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ursula Hans, for the wonderful introduction. I'm now happy to introduce Nomin Fulan with the first presentation of the day. Nomin will be providing you with an overview of the university's structures, contacts, services, and offers. Thank you, Nomin.
Hello and welcome to the online orientation for international students at the Humboldt-Universität in winter semester 2021 and 2022. First of all, a warm welcome to the Humboldt-Universität, and we're happy that you're here. And we hope that this presentation can offer you a helpful overview of services for international students at HU Berlin. And due to the coronavirus, many office hours and events cannot take place in person. Current information will be available on websites and social media. Although we currently cannot offer in-person office hours, you can reach the international department and the colleagues by email, phone, Zoom on request under the website provided. I'll now give an overview of the faculty structure of the Humboldt-Universität because this is where you will study your subjects and also be supervised in all subject-related matters. There are 9 faculties at the university, 3 of which are the so-called monofaculties, the Faculty of Law, the Faculty of Theology, and the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration. Further faculties, which include departments within them, as listed here, are the Faculty of Life Sciences, the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, which is an exceptionally large faculty that includes many subjects, the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, and the Faculty of Language, Literature and Humanities, also known as the Sprachlit faculty. Another exceptionally large faculty is the Faculty of Medicine, the Charité. It is a joint institution of the Humboldt-Universität and the Freie Universität and has multiple campus locations throughout Berlin. In addition to the 9 faculties, there are also the institutes and central units of the Humboldt-Universität. The central institutes are the Berlin Institute for Islamic Theology, the Center for British Studies, the Hermann von Helmholtz Center for Cultural Techniques, and the Professional School of Education. The central units are the Language Center, the University Library, the Computer and Media Service, Sport and Recreation, and the Humboldt Graduate School, which all have an overarching character and are available to all students. The main university library at the Humboldt-Universität is the Jakob und Wilhelm Grimm Zentrum. It has about 2 million volumes that you can openly access, as well as additional volumes such as old or rare books, which you can order through the library. In addition to the books on site, the university library system also offers a VPN, a virtual private network, through which you can access journals and articles, as well as many other online resources, such as ebooks from your home computer. Check on the website of the University Library for installation and tips. In addition to the library itself, the Jakob und Wilhelm Grimm Zentrum is also home to the Computer and Media Service, to the Computer and Multimedia work areas, to the Mediathek, to a copy shop, and to a cafeteria. In addition to the Jakob und Wilhelm Grimm Zentrum, the university library system also has many other further branch libraries, such as the University Library of Natural Sciences in Adlershof. For a complete list of the library branches, check online at the website provided. For further libraries in Berlin in general, but also at the Freie Universität and the Technische Universität, check in our guide, section 6.6. International students are seen as belonging to 2 main groups at the Humboldt-Universität. Degree-seeking students who are completing, for example, a bachelor's or a master's degree at the university, and non-degree-seeking students who are studying as program or exchange students at the university for a specific time frame of a semester or 2. Degree-seeking students complete their enrollment at the Student Service Center. Regarding enrollment, questions about re-registration for the next semester and the student ID card called Campus Card, degree-seeking students should contact the Student Service Center. Non-degree-seeking students will enroll through the International Department and should contact the International Department for questions regarding enrollment, re-registration, and the student ID card. All program students should already be in contact with the enrollment team. Those who do not have yet a PIN code to activate their HAU account should definitely contact them. Only with the HAU account, the campus card can be printed. Regardless whether you're a degree-seeking student or a non-degree-seeking student, you're always welcome to take advantage of the guidance and services offered through the International Department and the faculties. You can head to the Welcome Center website to find useful information and services. A great starting point and resource for questions you might have is our guide for international students. In it, you'll find study-related information, helpful tips regarding Berlin as a university city, and details regarding your residence permit and information on regulations for student jobs and more. You can find the guide online at the link provided in English and in German. If you're looking for more advice and help, you can contact Course Advisory regarding study progress for help with study planning, examination offices within the faculties regarding degrees and credit certificates. Erasmus students and other program students can specifically contact their Erasmus coordinators for any kind of questions, which you can also find in our guide, section 7.2.1. You can also contact the student councils within the faculties and departments. And for further help, for example, with special problems, you can talk to the institute-specific liaison officers for international students, which are listed also in our guide, section 6.4.4. Now for some orientation regarding the winter semester 2021 and 2022. The semester starts on the 1st of October and goes until the end of March, but there aren't classes for the entirety of the semester. Classes only take place within the so-called lecture period, which will start on the 18th of October and goes until the 19th of February. During the lecture period, there are also academic breaks and holidays as listed here. For up-to-date information, especially regarding special regulations during the corona pandemic, please check the university's central websites. The orientation week takes place in the second week of October. Most orientation offerings will be online, so make sure to check online with your faculties and departments and pay close attention to information mails, for example, from your Erasmus coordinators. During this time, but also before, registration for courses online via AGNES also must take place. Make sure to pay attention to the deadlines regarding course registration in your specific faculty. And additionally, pay attention to information regarding course formats for the winter semester in AGNES and on your faculty's website, as most courses will take place online. And also please check online both for the central orientation events and the faculty-specific orientation events, as most orientation information and events will take place or be offered online. And general information for new students at the HU, especially for degree-seeking students, can be found online as listed above, and often on the department and faculty websites. Further information on various useful study-related topics such as AGNES, Moodle, etc. will be linked from the Getting Started website of the Students' Welcome Center, so check it out. An important note about your transcript of records, as most of you have to get a transcript of records in order to have the coursework at the Humboldt-Universität recognized at your home university. If you want to receive your transcript by 1st of April, you must hand in your term papers by 28th of February 2022. In this regard, make sure to discuss this with your instructor beforehand so that you can agree on deadlines and dates. If you're planning to re-register for the summer semester 2022, you have to make sure to pay the registration fee within the deadlines, which is listed above. If you miss the main period, you have to pay a late fee. And make sure to check your AGNES account and university email to stay up to date and get in contact if there are any problems or difficulties. Before traveling to Germany, make sure that you are up to date with the most recent entry requirements, testing, and quarantine regulations. You can check the most recent information on the website of the Auswärtiges Amt listed here. The winter semester 2021 and 2022 is going to be a transition semester. What this means is that both classroom-based teaching and online courses will be offered. It is important to note that only students who can prove vaccination have a valid test, or are recovered will be allowed to participate in classroom teaching. Presence in classroom teaching will be documented to aid contact tracing initiatives. And FFP2 masks are the required mask. When applying for your classes, be sure to inform yourself about if the classes will be taking place in person or online. Principally, it should be possible for anyone who for some reason cannot attend in-person classes to complete their course requirements with online classes. If there are any issues with this, contact your respective lecturers or the counseling service. In the winter semester 2021 and 2022, Humboldt will launch a new vaccine campaign in order to give all students and staff the ability to get vaccinated. Students who have been vaccinated in their home countries with a vaccine that is not approved by the European Commission will be considered vaccinated by the university if they can show a valid English language vaccination certificate. The cost of testing for students who have not yet been vaccinated will be covered by the university for a limited amount of time only. 10 universities in Berlin are offering vaccination appointments on their campuses from 4th to 15th of October 2021. They are cooperating with the German Red Cross and other aid organizations, which are providing the mobile vaccination teams and vaccination buses. The doctors will vaccinate at the Humboldt-Universität on 11th of October in front of the main university library, Jakob und Wilhelm Grimm Zentrum, and on 15th of October in front of the Grimm Zentrum and in Adlershof. The exact location for Adlershof will be announced later. The vaccine will be Moderna, and for up-to-date information, please check the website provided. Regarding the organization of your studies at the Humboldt-Universität, you're expected to be highly independent, including preparation of your timetable of courses. However, there is help at the university. You can find assistance through partly student course advisory services of the faculties and departments or Erasmus coordinators of the faculties and departments. Plus, you will find many offers via the new Welcome Center for Students. Within this framework, there are many other support services, for example, on qualification and well-being, cultural events and networking, a mentoring program called Studies for Studies, through which we can match you with experienced HU students, especially at the beginning of your studies. Language tandems are also offered, as well as a visa service for the application for and the extension of a residence permit. All offers are provided by the HU free of charge. The student ID card, the campus card, has a multitude of functions, from paying for your lunch in the cafeteria to making copies or scans in the libraries to checking out books. Additionally, it is also your semester ticket for using public transportation in Berlin. Due to the coronavirus, there is a different procedure than usual regarding your campus card and the semester ticket. Therefore, please pay attention to the information of the university. The HU account is an indispensable part of being a student at the Humboldt-Universität. All students automatically receive their HU account upon enrollment, and it simply needs to be activated by following the steps described online. The HU account is very important as it is required for the use of all electronic services at Humboldt-Universität, including email, AGNES, Moodle, Wi-Fi, and computer pools. If you're having trouble with the electronic services of the university, please get in touch with the support services of the CMS, the Computer and Media Service, through the contact information as listed. They offer extended office hours. Make sure to check out the Padlet from the campus team of Humboldt-Universität. There you will find a lot of useful information compiled compactly, among other things, the important information about AGNES with the information about all courses and where you can find the online course catalog. Through AGNES, you'll register online for seminars, tutorials, and further courses, which is important for your transcript of records. If online registration is not possible, speak to the instructor before the start of the course to make arrangements and make sure to join the first course meeting. There are different course formats at the Humboldt-Universität, which you might already be familiar with. These different course formats are components of modules, which are thematically coordinated sets of courses and final exams. Lectures, Vorlesungen, are frontally oriented and not discussion-based. Diverse types of seminars, which are discussion-based, where your active participation is usually required and which are generally smaller than lectures. Übungen, which are exercise courses where students get practical application of the material covered in a lecture. Tutorials are courses that offer a way of getting deeper into the material covered in a course. Colloquiums, which are like seminars in that they are discussion-based, but usually also require independent research. Compact courses or seminars are courses that are organized in a more compact time frame, such as over one weekend or over the course of 3 long meetings, rather than on a weekly basis through the semester. Study programs contain components for the acquisition of interdisciplinary competences. The acquisition of interdisciplinary competences serves to establish interdisciplinary references, such as gender competences and intercultural competences, and the acquisition of key qualifications. To find out whether your degree program includes an UWP, please refer to the study and examination regulations applicable to you. Berlin Perspective courses can be chosen as interdisciplinary courses, and they are available to all students. Program students, on the other hand, usually cannot take courses outside their program. However, you could all contact your Erasmus coordinator for more information on potential opportunities here. Courses at the Humboldt-Universität have a slightly different time structure in that they usually start CT cum tempore with time, which means they start 15 minutes later than stated. However, there are sometimes courses listed as ST sine tempore, which means they start on the hour, so pay attention here. The courses are structured by the credit hours, called the Semesterwochenstunde, which describes the weekly duration of a course or seminar over the length of the semester. Usually, courses have 2 credit hours per week. That means the course lasts 2 hours per week, but 1 academic hour lasts 45 minutes. The credit system is based on the ECTS point system, the European credit transfer system, so that courses you complete here can be accepted by your home university. 1 ECTS point generally equates a workload of 25 to 30 hours, and you are expected to complete 30 ECTS points per semester. Sometimes you can find other names for it, like LP for Leistungspunkte, for credit points, and SP for study points. The German university grading system may be a little bit counterintuitive in that the lower the number, the better the grade. Anything from a 1.0, which is pretty much a perfect grade, to a 1.3 is seen as excellent, and up to a 4.0, which is sufficient and passing. Any number higher than a 4.0, however, is a failed grade. Courses designed for international students are available through Berlin Perspectives. The Language Center of the university offers German language courses, but also offers courses for many other languages. So check online for further information. A diverse offering of university sports courses are also available, so check online for the information here too. The Language Center offers courses in many different languages, including German as a foreign language, and courses are offered from the A1 up until the C2 level, although not every level is available for each language. ECTS credits can be gained by completing the language courses, and the courses need to be paid out of pocket unless they are compulsory for your degree program. The registration for the courses in the new semester starts on the 20th of October, except for the German courses, where registration will start on the 21st of October, and the classes will start on 25th of October. The Language Center is located in the August Böck House on Dorotheenstraße 65. If you want further information on the Language Center, head to their website that has been linked here. Berlin is a wonderful city, but because Berlin is a big city, make sure to take care of your belongings, but most importantly of yourself. And if you have any problems or difficulties, don't hesitate to come to us. Please come to us in a timely manner, as often the sooner we know, the better we can help. You can contact the info desk of the Student Welcome Center, the incoming team, and the individual employees of the International Department, and we will try to help you in the best way possible. An additional helpful formality when it comes to communication with all official offices of the university, such as the International Department, the Erasmus coordinators, or with the HU administration in general, it is very helpful with the solving of whatever issue or problem at hand when you observe the following guidelines. Please always state your matriculation number and write your name as it appears in your passport, and formulate your concern clearly in the subject line, and make sure to be clear if you are a non-degree seeking student or a degree seeking student. This helps solve whatever issue, problem, or question at hand more quickly and more easily. On that note, we wish you a wonderful time in Berlin with success in your studies and a great network of friends and colleagues during and after your studies.
Thank you, Nomin, for the informative presentation. Would now like to hand over to Dr. Monika Sonntag, who will be introducing the Berlin Perspectives program. Thank you, Monika Sonntag.
Dear students, I would like to welcome you to Humboldt-Universität on behalf of the Humboldt International Campus, which offers a variety of short-term programs at our university. My name is Monika Sonntag, and I would like to introduce to you today Berlin Perspectives, a study module we have designed for you as international students at Humboldt-Universität. What is Berlin Perspectives? Berlin Perspectives is an interdisciplinary elective course program offered in cooperation with the Career Center at our university. It is open to all international exchange students and also to regular degree-seeking students. All courses have an interdisciplinary approach and are open to students from all subject backgrounds. They are designed at undergraduate level, but if you are a master student, you can also participate, provided that your home university agrees and will recognize the study points. We know that for many of you, it is still quite challenging to follow the German-speaking curriculum at Humboldt-Universität. Therefore, we offer our courses in English and some of them in bilingual English-German formats, so that you have a chance to practice your academic German as well. You will have the opportunity to learn in an international classroom together with students and also lecturers from all over the world. Classes are interactive and discussion-based so that you can develop and strengthen your academic and also your intercultural skills. In our courses, you have the opportunity to engage academically with different aspects of Berlin's and Germany's history, society, politics, literature, art, and culture. All courses have in common that they use Berlin as a reference point, the city in which you will be living during the next month. You will look at Berlin from different perspectives and develop your own perspective on Berlin and bring it into the Berlin Perspectives classes. This winter semester, there are courses about different aspects of migration and identity, about museums in Berlin, about the period of the Cold War and the former GDR, but also seminars in the field of urban culture, such as a seminar about the sound of Berlin or about important philosophers who in the past 2 centuries shaped the idea of the university in general and Humboldt-Universität in particular. On our website, you will find more details about all courses. Most courses go out into the city on excursion to experience and discover their topics on site in Berlin. This semester, all classes take place on campus, face-to-face in a seminar room. The groups will be rather small, up to 17 students, and there will be certain hygiene regulations in place in the building. In order to participate, you must be vaccinated, recovered, or tested. In any case, we will inform you about the details at the beginning of the semester. All international students who have been admitted to Humboldt-Universität can register for the seminars online through the course catalog AGNES. The registration period ends on the 14th of October, so just a few days before the start of the winter semester. Places will be allocated in an automated lottery procedure on the 15th of October, and you will receive an email confirming your place in the class or on the waiting list on this day. You will find the link to AGNES on the website of the Humboldt International Campus and also on the website of the Career Center. For each completed seminar, you will receive 5 ECTS points. And an important note, before registering, please make sure to clarify with your home university whether the study points will be recognized. For further information about the program, just visit our website or please do not hesitate to contact us by email if you have any further question. I wish you an excellent winter semester at Humboldt-Universität. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Monika Sonntag. The Berlin Perspectives program is a really great opportunity for international students to get to know Berlin as well as other international students. I would now like to hand over to Salma Zidan, who will be presenting some more of the offers available to international students.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Salma, and I'm project assistant at HUGS, which is short for HU Go Study. On behalf of the entire team, I would like to welcome you at the Humboldt-University and to Berlin as well. Throughout this presentation, you may encounter lots of QR codes. And of course, you may use your cell phone to scan these QR codes, which would lead you to our landing page on the website. So you can scan and join a big community of internationals at the Humboldt-University of Berlin. Now, these are the points I'm going to be going through this presentation. And if you have any questions, please write them in the chat or the Q&A section. First, let me give you a quick overview of our program and what we can offer you. The program HU Go Study is a part of the university's international department, as well as the Student Welcome Center. It is fully funded by the German Academic Exchange Service, DAAD, and therefore all events and workshops are free of charge. So you simply register once, choose your personal password, sign up, and attend. Everything is offered separately in German and English. Of course, you can choose to visit both if you're interested. Programs offered by HUGS are available to all new and existing international students at the Humboldt-University of Berlin. This includes, of course, degree-seeking students, master and bachelor, Erasmus Plus students, as well as program students, including university contract students. So basically everyone attending today. You simply register regardless of your study field, and the number of semesters on your hand. Our program's goal is simple and our name is metaphorical, so we hope with as many hugs as you need from HU Go Study, we can support you and assist you before and during your entire studies at the Humboldt-University of Berlin. We want to ease the integration process into the German Hochschulkultur and the academic scene here in Berlin. So if you have any questions, just contact us right away. We would like to provide you with a space for internationals where you can connect with others and get to know other international students at the Humboldt-University. We can offer you as a program free information events, workshops, and cultural events suitable to all phases of your studies, starting with the orientational kickoff Zoom sessions, intercultural trainings, academic and qualification workshops, well-being tutorials, as well as cultural and networking events. Now let's start off with the kickoff Zoom sessions. We can offer you every week starting September 27th until October 13th from Monday to Wednesday, morning and afternoon sessions to assist you at your study before your studies at the Humboldt-University. We offer 3 types of Zoom sessions: starter kit, study organization, and portals for students. They're all offered digitally on Zoom and last 2 to 2.5 hours and are designed and presented by students for other international students. In each of these sessions, we answer different questions. For example, in Starter Kit, we answer the questions: how do I create my HU account? How do I get Moodle access as a guest? Where do I get my semester ticket and campus card? As well as more questions. In study organizations, we answer the questions: how do I make my schedule? What is AGNES? Which subjects do I choose? How do I register for them? And much more regarding these portals. In portals for students, we answer the question: what is Moodle and how does it work? How do I register for my courses? How does library registration work? How do I get free internet access? Registration via EduRoam, and what is the CMS, as well as many more questions. If you're interested, you're more than welcome to scan this QR code and sign up for the available sessions. Now let's move on to the intercultural trainings, which are all about 2 to 2.5 hour long digital sessions with professional trainers and professors of the field to discuss and learn more about what is HU culture, how to study successfully in an international environment, how to connect with my professor and contact them, what do they expect from me and what do I expect from them, intercultural communication and conflict management. From a personal point of view and perspective as an international student, these sessions are highly recommended as they ease the integration process into German society and the academic scene here in Berlin. They also help you as a foreigner to understand some natively uncommon situation on a day-to-day basis. If you're interested, you can scan this QR code. Now onward to the academic workshops as well as well-being tutorials. Here we offer you digital sessions with professional trainers and professors as well to discuss and learn more about certain qualifications and a variety of academic skills, such as academic writing, presenting, scientific researching, job search, job application, and job interviews. And furthermore, topics such as how to finance my studies, where to find scholarship opportunities, and much more. In the well-being section, we also offer you workshops on time management, working under stress and coping with stress, as well as sessions on breathing techniques and urban sketching, which is drawing for relaxation. For the academic workshops, you can scan this QR code right here. And for the well-being tutorials, you can scan this QR code right here. Now, let's take a closer look at the networking and cultural events that HUGS can offer you. HUGS can offer you, as an international student at the Humboldt-University, a variety of events that will help you network and meet internationals. These events are mainly organized and designed by students for other international students to help you meet and connect with other internationals, meanwhile getting to know Berlin. And its cultural scene, of course. This semester, we will be offering quiz nights, a book club, political engagement opportunities for students in Berlin and at the Humboldt-University, district tours to get to know Berlin as a foodie, which is much needed after the COVID break, student perks in information sessions about student perks in Berlin and in Germany. If you're interested, you can scan this QR code right here and join a lot of internationals. And with that being said, I would like to thank you for your time, and we are looking forward to seeing you very, very soon at the Humboldt-University. And I'd like to end with this quote right here from our team.
Thank you, Salma Sidan, for the great presentation. Daniela Big will now present some of the services that the International Department offers international students at Humboldt-Universität.
Yes, hello. So thank you, Noah. Nomi already mentioned the Student Welcome Center, and I'm happy to give more details now. So additionally to the prior mentioned offers, the Student Welcome Center provides international and German students with a variety of programs. I will start with the info desk. So the info desk of the Student Welcome Center is a meeting place for all students. Through the info desk, you can receive general counseling, advice, and help in English and German from our team. So whenever you would have a question or a problem, don't hesitate to contact us, and we will try our best to answer your question or to forward it to the right person. Due to the current situation regarding the coronavirus, the office hours will be taking place via Zoom. So check out our website for more information. Additionally, you can email us and we answer them fairly regularly, so feel free to get in touch. And for up-to-date information regarding the info desk, please check online the websites provided on the slide, or as I said, contact us via email. As it is often difficult to get an appointment at the local registration offices, we host in the beginning of every semester a mobile registration office at the HU in order to issue the important proof of local registration, which is called Meldebescheinigung. If you have missed our past appointments, you can use our alternative offer to register yourself via email. For further information, please contact us via the given email address. You can also see the upcoming dates here on this slide. Another part of the Student Welcome Center is the visa service. So our visa service is for international and doctoral students and supports you throughout the process of applying for and or extending the residence permit at the Berlin Immigration Office. We also help with the application for a job-seeking residence permit after you have graduated from HU. Due to the policies to curb the spread of the coronavirus, the visa service is currently offering consultation office hours via Zoom, which take place on Thursdays, but you're also free to get in touch with us via email, which is provided on the slides, but also on our website. You can find the link to our introduction video where we explain the process in more detail on our website as well. And for updates on opening times, the link to our Zoom consultation and further information, go to the website provided on the slide, or as always, feel free to contact us by email. We have organized an info session regarding the legal framework for international students in Germany with the lawyer Anna Glinka-Grönemund. There are 2 sessions planned, and we will publish further information and the Zoom link on our website soon. So keep an eye on that if you're interested. Let's have a look at our networking opportunities. So Numin already mentioned the mentoring program called Studies for Studies. So through the Studies for Studies, we offer to all international students, but especially the newcomers, a mentoring or buddy program that helps you get started with your studies at Humboldt-Universität zu Berlin, and of course your student life in Berlin. So experienced degree-seeking students will be happy to advise and support you. It is also a great opportunity to get in touch with other local students. So if you're interested or not registered already, you're welcome to register online on the website that's provided on the slide or email us. We also have a language tandem program. If you are looking for a tandem partner to learn your new language or help someone else learn your language, you can sign up for our language tandem program. For registration and further information, you can go to the website that's on the slide, but you can also get in touch with us by email as well. We also have a Facebook group. So our Facebook group is for all international students studying at the Humboldt-Universität zu Berlin during the winter semester 2021 and 2022. This is your place to exchange information, ideas, and questions concerning your stay in Berlin and to stay up to date for this semester. The info desk team moderates the page and can answer your questions here as well. You are also invited to get in touch with us, and each other, and share experience here. And I think from all the Welcome Center, we are happy to hear from you. And I will go back to Noah.
Thank you, Daniela. Our last speaker today is Leila Shoma, who will give you information about our Instagram and our newsletter so that you can always stay up to date with the latest offers, services, and information for international students.
Thank you, Noah. Hi, everybody. My name is Leila Shoma. Today, I'm going to take you through our media outlets. So yeah, we have 3 media outlets. We have 3 main media outlets, which are Instagram, newsletter, and the website. Let's start with the Instagram. There you will find the most updated information regarding different topics. So for example, you know, COVID, the situation and the regulations of COVID change every day. So keep your eye on our Instagram to get the most updated information about COVID, deadlines, events. So yeah, there you will find more information about this stuff. The second thing I'd like to talk with you about is takeovers. If you are interested to take over our channel, please drop me a DM. Please let me know. Please send me an email. I will show you my email at the end. Yeah, please let me know. We are interested to learn more about you and to know you closer. Yeah, just show the followers how your life at Humboldt looks like, how an international student lives in Berlin will be great. The third thing I'd like to talk with you about is tagging and mentioning. So please tag and mention us whenever you can, so we want to know more about you. So just tag and mention us at Humboldt.international. We are only on Instagram, or the department is only on Instagram right now. And please use our hashtag, which is hashtag Humboldt International, one word. So Humboldt International, one word. One last thing, if you have any complaints, concerns, questions, whatever you have, please drop us a message, either over Instagram or send me an email. Just let us know. Yeah, these are the 4 things I'd like to discuss with you about Instagram. The QR code, you can scan the QR code and go and follow us. Yeah, and if you have anything related to Instagram, if you want to do anything on our social media channel, please send me a DM or an email. The second media outlet, newsletter. This is also a place where you can get a lot of information related to your study, as well as exchange opportunities. There you will find more detailed information than Instagram. You will find information about exchange opportunities, deadlines, stuff like this. So all you need to do is to scan this QR code under the picture, and yeah, you have to register, you have to give your email. Registration subscription is free of charge, and you can end your subscription at any time. So feel free to do so. And if you have any questions regarding the newsletter, please drop us a message or an email. We have 2 newsletters, so one for students, only for students, and there you will find detailed information for students. So yeah, as I mentioned, exchange opportunities and stuff like this. And another one is general, where you will get information about events and important stuff that are taking place at the university. Our last media channel, our last media outlet is our website, which I highly encourage you to visit. There are a lot of important information there. So there you will find the basic information. So the information that every international or every student need, information regarding health insurance, information regarding visa services, city registration, and so on. So there you will find the information about these stuff. Also, a very important page that I highly encourage you to visit is our contact page. If you are not sure whom should or who can answer your question, please visit the contact page and scroll through it. It's updated. All the data there is updated. All our emails, our offices, everything is updated. So check the contact data whenever you have a question or whenever you are asking for help. Our website is www.international.hu.berlin.de. It's in English and in German, so feel free to switch between the languages. Feel free to use the language you are more comfortable in. Yeah, these are our 3 media outlets, and if you have any question about any type of information, please contact me. So here is my email address. It is layla.shuma@hu-berlin.de. And I'm also available on Instagram, so at Humboldt.international. Drop me a DM whenever you have a question, and I try my best to answer the questions as soon as I can. It usually takes around 24 hours, but yeah, if you send it on a weekend or something like that, on a vacation, so it might take a little bit longer. Yeah, these are our media outlets, and this is how you can get your information, the right information. Thank you, and I wish you a pleasant stay in Berlin and a pleasant stay in the HU.
Thank you, Layla. That concludes the presentations for today's event. We would now like to address some of the questions that you may still have. If you still have questions, please write these in the Q&A box below, and I will post them to the panel. I would also like to remind everyone that the webinar is being recorded and it will be available online later. So if you have any kinds of, if you want the QR codes or to find the links, you can find these online later. That's absolutely no problem. I would like to start off with questions about the vaccinations not approved by the European Commissions and if these are still being accepted by the universities, and also where we could find or where students find out information about rule changes regarding coronavirus.
Can I jump in there? I've just been made aware that we are seeing on the internet page of the international office that international vaccinations that are not on a government list here in Germany will still let you be counted as vaccinated here. As far as I know, and you know that these times are highly fluid in many ways, that is not the truth. And I apologize for putting that online, not seeing it before this presentation. Let me summarize what I know is still, as far as I know, being said. We admit students to classes and to the university on the basis of in being either vaccinated, recovered, or tested first. Second, students who have received vaccinations that are not recognized, and there's a very limited number of vaccines that are recognized in Europe, which are on the list that you will find in the internet, that include, that do not include Sinovac and the Russian vaccine. You will need to get either, you will need to be tested at regular intervals, or you need to be revaccinated here in order to be recognized as a vaccinated student. This is why we arranged to have a vaccination bus come to the university both on Monday and Friday next week, on the 11th and the 15th. So for those of you who are willing to be revaccinated with vaccine that is recognized in the European Union, please come and get a new vaccination. This will be on your own recognizance. You need to sign that you have agreed to this. The other option for you is to get tested every 2 days. And the tests are free of charge until December 31st. What will happen after December, we do not know yet, but this is, it's certainly within the class period that this uncertainty will arise. So I would recommend very much that you consider being revaccinated. It will make things very much easier for you. Also in admission outside the university, if you, what happens inside the university, of course, we can control up to a point. But what happens when you want to go into a restaurant, for example, we do not control. Sometimes they will require you to be either vaccinated or recovered. And testing will not get you in there. If you're willing to live with that, we are fine with it, but you should know it. So again, let me urge you to consider being revaccinated if you need this on Monday next week or on Friday. No need for any documentation, no need for any payment. They will vaccinate whoever gets in front of their needle. And so I would really encourage you to do that. But I'd be happy to answer more questions if you need more specific information on this.
Thank you, Dr. Ursula Hans. I would now like to ask a question about what the best way is for students to find email addresses of faculty members at the Humboldt-Universität.
Yes, so all the contact data you can find on our webpage. Just go to www.Humboldt-University, so the international page of Humboldt University, and then go to contact, and you will find all the contact data there.
Great. I would now like to ask a question about if all students know when the modules and courses will be timetabled on AGNES, or is that information out yet?
Yeah, Naomi, go for it.
Okay, so basically each faculty and department decides themselves when to publish the course plan on AGNES, but most of the courses are already on AGNES, so therefore they're going to be published soon, those who have not been published yet. And since the algorithm for assigning for courses is random and not first come, first served, it does not matter when you would register for the courses. And the registration deadline is until Wednesday, 13th of October. So you also have a lot of time. And if you would somehow miss this deadline, you can also register again in the extended deadline, which is from 18th of October until the end of the week.
Great, thank you. There were also questions about if all registration for courses happens via AGNES, or if there are also other ways of registering for your courses that you need to take.
I just answer this question here too. So most of the courses can be signed online on AGNES, but for few faculties or smaller departments, one has to do it kind of manually. So in that case, if you cannot register online, I would recommend you to contact the corresponding lecturers or professors directly via email and to register for the courses, and that would be mostly enough.
Great, thank you. I would also like to remind or tell all students that the email addresses for all faculty members in the whole Humboldt-University can be found on the CIS website, which we have written in the chat. Now I would like to get to a question also about coronavirus, and that is if the Schnelltests, so the tests that you get results in very quickly, like normally 30 minutes or so, are count as testing for the 3G rule and allow you to visit classes.
No, they don't, because unless you have an official person testifying that you've taken the test has not taken place. In other words, you need a center to testify that you've done a test. And if you do a Schnelltest, then usually you do that at home alone and with nobody to certify that it has taken place, so it doesn't count.
So certified tests are allowed at Humboldt, but like self-testing is not does not count and does not give you permission to visit classes in person.
Just allow me to say that many centers offer what they call, and what is actually a Schnelltest, quick test. But if it's at a center, that is certified. But it does, it's not the type of test, it is where you get it. So if you get it at a test center, that's fine.
So only the self-testing or the self-testing tests are definitely not accepted. I would now come to a question about how degree-seeking students could apply for semester abroad during their stay at Humboldt.
Well, if nobody else wants to pick this up, I will. International students who are enrolled in a degree at Humboldt are treated exactly the same as all other students in terms of going abroad and everything else. That is, there are times of the year where we centrally post openings in various regions of the world. I encourage you to go on our website and take a look. There's really worldwide opportunities. You can also come in and we will counsel you on financing for these stays abroad. There are also some of the faculties and departments who maintain their own exchanges, and they will let you know, or you can inquire from the international officer there when the applications are open. But in principle, again, you are a full student. There's no difference made.
Great, thank you. Now I would like to come to a question about also registration via AGNES, and specifically by when students should have registered for classes via AGNES. What's the deadline for that?
So usually you see on AGNES itself until when you need to register for courses. If this is not very clear, you can contact the professors of the courses, but it should be written there, the deadline from when to when you can register.
Thank you. And another question related to that would be, what happens if students don't get the courses that they applied for? What should exchange students do then?
Yeah, as Nomin already mentioned, that if you're not getting any free seat anymore in the class or seminar, we recommend to contact the professor again, asking if there may be any possibility to get into the course. But you have to remember that it is always possible that you cannot join courses. There's no guarantee beforehand, but if it happens, first of all, contact the professor and ask if there's any other way to get there.
I would like to add to that question from the Berlin Perspectives point of view that there are always a lot of changes within the first 3 weeks of the semester. So many students who don't get a place in the first round, they might join later because other students decide that they switch a course or that they won't attend this course and take another one. So if you really want to join a certain course, then keep asking. And in any case, you are on the waiting list. So if someone decides not to come, you might get the place. Maybe I can continue with another question related to Berlin Perspectives, which was asked in the chat, whether there will be grades. So yes, you will receive a grade for your participation in the Berlin Perspectives course. And there was also a question related to Moodle and AGNES. I think that a certain confusion. So in order to participate in a course, you always have to register in AGNES, which is the course catalog of Humboldt-Universität. And Moodle is the learning platform. So the lecturers create a course in Moodle and where they can upload texts for you and so on. But this is the second step. So you will receive the enrollment key from your lecturer to join the Moodle course after having registered in AGNES. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, a question about the Language Center and specifically about the placement tests for the Language Center. How do these work? Are they online or in person, and are they always necessary?
I think they are usually necessary if you do not have any very new other certificate which you could prove, just because they need to form the groups of same knowledge. I think nearly everything is taken online at the moment at the Language Center. But to make sure, I recommend to contact the Language Center directly. But as far as I know, the language courses, so definitely the intensive German course, for example, before the beginning of the semester was held online. And I think this is the plan for the semester as well.
Thank you very much. I would now come to a question about how degree-seeking students register their email addresses for their HAU account.
So how to get access to the email addresses is the same, or do I misunderstand something?
What is the process once they have their PINs to register, or where do they find information about that?
So once you registered your Humboldt-University account, you see on the next page, so you activate it, you submit the activation, and then you see your username. And with this username and your password, you can now log in to your emails. Easiest is if you just Google Humboldt University email, and then you will be guided directly through to Round Cube, I think it's called. Just click on it, and then you see log in with the username and the password, and then you have an access.
Thank you very much. Now to the question that I'm sure is very interesting for lots of students, especially international students. We talked about it a bit already with Hugs and some of the other programs, but what are ways for students to meet other students offered by the Humboldt-Universität, especially during coronavirus?
can take over this question. One of the simplest ways to meet other international students, if online or later on with other regulations in person, is through workshops and cultural events offered by the international department. For example, HUGS offers a variety of quiz nights virtually where you get together in teams and connect with other international students to compete. Or a book club where a lot of topics are discussed regarding the book and off the book as well. And if you are interested in a political aspect of things, you can also sign up for the political engagements that we offer, where you can meet people with same interest that study at the Humboldt-University as well. If you're interested in meeting German students, for example, or a non-international students, you can of course get together with them in your during your courses, sign up for a WhatsApp group or check out Facebook groups, or get in touch with others in the alumni portal. And make friends. Just simply ask if you have a WhatsApp group. If not, then create your own and let others join by sharing the group link. There are also channels on Discord for every single study course. Yeah.
Thank you, Salma. I would like to add here too that also from Student Welcome Center, we have programs such as the mentoring program Studis for Studis, where you can get in contact with degree-seeking students who would be your buddies. You could also get to know new people through language tandems so that you can meet them in your free time and also practice your desired languages and get to know Berlin and their cultures. Plus, we've seen that in our Facebook group, which we've mentioned before, students themselves have been opening WhatsApp groups for example, people living in Adlershof or students from certain departments, and they had opened WhatsApp groups, and I can imagine that there you could also get in contact easily with each other. And yeah.
Thank you very much. There were also some questions about how students find out how many ECTS points there are for a specific course, and if there's a normal amount, and where they find that information.
Okay, I'll answer that question. Usually most of the courses are 5 ECTS points, and depending how a module, what a module consists of, it can be up to 15 ECTS points. So we would definitely advise you to look on AGNES. Usually they're under the section ECTS points or LP for Leistungspunkte, you would see how many credit points you will get. If it is not written there, please write the corresponding lecturer or professor directly and ask them.
Maybe one addition is just that you know one LP, so one Leistungspunkt equals one ECTS, because often there's only LP written, so if there's 3 LPs, that means 3 ECTS.
Thank you very much. There were also some questions about the normal amount of courses to take per semester, and if there is an amount of courses recommended by the programs or university, and if this is mandatory as well.
So for exchange students, most important is that you are aware of regulations from your home universities. Some partners want their students to reach 15, 20, 25, 30 points. We are not deciding how many points you need to reach here. This is your home university. For degree-seeking students, I think usually it's recommended to reach 30 ECTS or LPs during one semester. but it's up to you how many points you want to reach. If you maybe want to study a little bit longer and take your time, or if you want to get through your studies right away in the meantime, this depends a bit on you.
Is there any information for degree-seeking students, how they could find out what classes or how many courses they should take per semester?
I can answer this one. Recommended is to take 30 LP every semester, so Leistungspunkte. But of course, this can be different from every study program to the other. So the best recommendation we can give you is to look up your study program, exam and study regulations online and go through the ideal study plan. There you can view in the table how many courses are required each semester to finish your studies in an ideal time.
Great, thank you very much. We also have a question asking if am I considered a student in Germany as an international one coming through Erasmus?
Yes, you are considered as a student as all the other students who are in the universities of Berlin. It does not make any difference if you're an Erasmus student or if you're a degree-seeking student. Not for everyone outside. We know that you will, for example, that you are a so-called non-degree seeking student. So we know that you will not get your degree at Humboldt-Universität if you're an Erasmus student. But this only matters for us here at the administration process of the university. For everyone outside of the university, it does not make any difference.
Great, thank you very much. We also had some concerns from different students about them, for various reasons, including visa issues and coronavirus, not being able to be in Berlin during the first week of classes, and if this is okay generally.
I think that question was also related to Berlin perspectives, but I think it's it's true for all courses. If you cannot be there in the first week, just let your lecturer know. Please contact your lecturer so that he or she knows that you're still interested in attending the course and that you will join the course later, because otherwise they might think that you just don't show up and you are not interested in participating, and that they will then give the place to another student. So just communicate that to the lecturer and this should be fine.
Great, thank you very much. We have a question about the semester ticket on the campus card and the not having the semester ticket on the back of the campus card, and what to do about that.
So usually all of the students are getting a semester ticket. You cannot get exempt of it. So if you do not have it on the backside of your card, it may be the problem that you need to validate it. And in order to validate it, you need to get an appointment first of all. So if you Google campus card Humboldt-University, you will be guided to a website. And there you will find pretty quickly a link where you need to book an appointment. This is right now due to Corona safety reasons, that there are not too many students at the same time who want to validate their ticket. Usually you get pretty easy and spontaneously an appointment. Just book the one either in the main building or in the library, and then you just put the campus card into this validation machine, and then it gets printed on the backside.
Thank you very much. We have a question about if there is two different informations about if the class is happening on AGNES. It might say the class is happening online, but then the professor on Moodle says that it is happening in person and what information is correct. Or who can students get in contact with?
Usually, of course, the information should be the same from the professor and AGNES. If it's not, I would consider what is said by the professor, because he or she is leading the course at the end of the day. Maybe you can inform him or her that there are different information on AGNES, and then they can maybe modify the information and make sure that it's correct online as well.
Thank you very much. There is also a question about if the different faculties are having their own orientation events.
I maybe just say something quickly for exchange students, then Salma can maybe add information. So for the exchange students, the Erasmus coordinators usually invited all the students already for information events. These were held, I think, nearly all last week. If you did not join these and you are an exchange student, please contact the Erasmus coordinator. Sama, do you have any information for degree-seeking students?
Okay, so for degree-seeking students, you are treated as a normal student at the Humboldt-Universität, and therefore you are invited to the orientation weeks and orientation events on the 18th of October. Usually these events are organized by the student council of the faculty. So if you did not get an invitation per email or you didn't see any advertisement online, I would highly recommend visiting the faculty's website and then going through the page of the student union or student council of this faculty and looking up any flyers that they may have posted. But on the 18th of October, in every faculty, you can attend an orientation event or a greeting event.
Thank you very much. We also have a question about if there is no registration via AGNES, is it enough to just register yourself via Moodle, or is there anything else you need to do? Yes.
Can I just quickly say I have the feeling from reading the questions that there is still a confusion going on about what is the difference between AGNES and Moodle. Could somebody of my colleagues please pick this up and explain in detail?
I think I just mentioned it earlier, but I would just repeat that it's a very different. The first step is the registration in AGNES, which is the course catalog. So in AGNES you register for the courses, for participating in the courses, and Moodle is the university's learning platform. So lecturers can upload texts or other documents for you, even a link to a video also. And you can also upload your assignments during the semester. But you will receive the enrollment key from your lecturer, and you cannot register before having a place in the course on Moodle. So register for the course through AGNES, and then you will receive more information about the Moodle access from your lecturer.
Thank you very much. There were also questions about if there are any clubs or societies for international students specifically, but also for other reasons that students can join at Humboldt.
I can take over this one. If you're interested in joining the student council of your faculty, you just get in touch with them and you can join a community of people who study in the same field as you and discuss student matters in this area. and get to know what other possibilities are offered for you as a student in this subject here in Berlin and in Germany. Sometimes faculties also have their own cafe or small cafeteria, so to say, near their campus. Once COVID regulations make this available, you can of course go to these cafes and get to know other communities there.
Can I jump in here again? I think I know where this question is coming from. Student societies are a frequent feature of universities outside Germany. However, the system here in Berlin is slightly different. We do not have a great parade of organized student societies where students would then meet for specific organizational purposes. Partially this is because Berlin is such a rich environment for the students to go out into that we feel organizing student societies would really give you a much more limited slice of German reality and Berlin than going out on your own would to follow your musical interests or to follow your cinema interests or your whatever interests. Berlin is really a rich environment for you to pursue all of this. If you are musically inclined, I think the only thing that we can offer in that regard is participating, and if you play an instrument, for example, or you sing, participating in the choir, the Humboldt choir, and the different orchestras that are set up in the university context. If you want to do that, please get in touch with Nomin, and I'm sure she can put you on the right track to join those. Any more questions on pursuing your particular interests, I think, should also go first to Nomin, and she can then distribute them amongst us, basically. So thank you for that question.
Thank you, Frau Hans. I would like to add that in our guide for international students under the section 9.1.7, there are some few clubs and community initiatives mentioned, such as IG Berlin, which is a forum for European students, and ISEC Berlin at Humboldt-Universität, and also Club Dialog e.V. So feel free to have a look there too.
Great, thank you very much. There were a few questions about unsubscribing to courses that you've already subscribed for. Is that okay, and how does the process work?
So usually it is always okay to unsubscribe from courses. A lot of students are joining different courses at the beginning of the semester and then decide which ones they really want to join. I think you might have the possibility on AGNES as well to unsubscribe from courses. Maybe you can also, but usually to inform the professor. But it's totally okay if you do that at the beginning. It's not ideal if you do it at the end of the semester, but at the beginning, that's fine.
Yeah, for Berlin perspectives, I would also add that it is absolutely fine to decide not to join a course. The important thing would just be to inform your lecturer, because he or she will then give the place to another student. So other students will be happy if you decide as early as possible whether you want to continue joining the course or not, and informing the professor or the lecturer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There was a question to Berlin Perspectives, and that Berlin Perspectives is available every semester. So, for example, also in the summer semester 2022.
Yes, Berlin Perspectives is available every semester, and the new course program for the summer semester will be available online in February.
Thank you very much. There was also a question about if the campus card needs to be renewed every semester. And yeah, if the students need to get a new campus card every semester.
If you're staying for more than one semester, make sure to check the information as well again on AGNES. On AGNES, you will then see information for the re-registration for the next semester. This basically means that you just have to pay the semester fee once again. You do not need to hand in any other documents, just pay the ticket for the new semester. This needs to be done until a certain time frame. I think it usually is until February 15th that you need to transfer the money for the next semester. And once the money is booked to your account, you can see on AGNES as well that you are re-registered for the next semester. And once you see this, you just take your old campus card, you book a new appointment at the validation machine, and you can validate your old campus card with the new semester ticket. For those who have got a new campus card right now, you will see that there's only one line printed, which means that your campus card is now valid from October until the end of March. And once you can print the new semester ticket, there will be a second line with the new validation from the beginning of April until the end of September. And this always works like that. So for degree-seeking students, when you stay for the third, the fourth, the fifth semester, it's always the same.
Thank you very much. I would also like to remind all the students that the whole webinar is being recorded, and so there will be the possibility to review the Q&A section of the webinar online later. Now I would like to come to a question about if students are able to take courses from other Berlin universities, like the Technische Universität and the Freie Universität.
Usually that is possible. I can just say how it works for Humboldt-University. So we have got the status of so-called visiting student or guest student. If you are enrolled at another University of Berlin, you can come and visit courses of Humboldt-University. You need to register for that as well. You do not need to get fully enrolled at Humboldt-University, but it's kind of a different status as a so-called guest student. But there's a website as well. So if you Google guest or visiting student Humboldt-University, you can find all the needed information and whom you need to contact if you want to do that. So of course, if you're now at Humboldt-University, you probably need to Google then guest visiting student at Technical University or Freie Universität. I'm pretty sure that they offer the same.
Thank you very much. There's a question also about if the registration for exams or Prüfungen in German works differently than the registration for the courses themselves. Are they separate or are they together?
So at the end of the semester, or I think it's at the beginning of next year, the professors will inform you about the dates for the exams, and then you need to register again for the exams on AGNES. Usually there are two different dates where you can participate in the exam and you can choose on your own. Sometimes there might be only one. This depends on your professor. But from one point on, you will get the information that the exams are online, and then it's very important that you get registered for those. If there's not the possibility to get registered for exams online, talk to your professor as well, because sometimes they do still organize it individually.
Great, thank you very much. There were some questions about if you want to complete a module, you need to take all the courses that are part of that module in one semester, or is it okay if you do in 2 semesters? How does that work, and where can you find more information about what courses you need to take to complete a module?
As the faculties and institutes are working very differently regarding this topic, most important is that you read carefully the Prüfungsordnung. I'm sorry if this is not correct word, but I think it's called Prüfungsordnung. Yeah, okay. And there you find how exactly modules are structured. Some departments require you to join at least 2 classes in order to fulfill one whole module. Others are not that strict, so you definitely need to get back to your faculty or institute, wherever you're studying, and make sure that you are joining the right courses and modules.
Thank you very much. There were quite a few questions about how exchange students who haven't gotten their PIN letter, either they were sent to the wrong place, or they just haven't received them yet. Who did they get in contact with? What can they do?
So if you did not yet receive your PIN letter and you are an exchange student, that's very important. You can contact us. My name is Ribana, and I'm from the incoming team for international exchange students. If you are in Berlin, it's ideal if we could meet. Best is if you write me an email. You should all have my email address. It's exchange-students@hu-berlin.de. Or we also have got our digital Zoom office hour. Next one is on Thursday. We could meet then, and if not, try to call me. If we are not answering, we may be in another Zoom session or something else, then just try again later to call us. But anyhow, get in contact with us, and then we will solve the problem.
Thank you very much. Now we could come to a question about if there are any ways that the university or the international department can help students find accommodations while they're here. If there's any information available anywhere on that.
Okay, so this is a very difficult topic at the moment. We can unfortunately not really help here anymore. We have a contingent of rooms for exchange students, which is completely booked. So I do not have any free rooms which I could provide to you anymore. And I can only recommend to check our website, where we have got a collection of different links and maybe helps how to find accommodation in Berlin on the private market. Just a recommendation that right now it is very difficult to find accommodation because the semester just started and all the students are searching now for accommodation. It usually gets a bit easier within the semester. So worst case is just get yourself a short-term accommodation for now, and then you can still keep on searching for accommodation from Berlin on, and then you maybe just move in November. Usually the situation gets easier within the next weeks, and right now it's very difficult. So don't give up, keep on searching, and usually with time, students always find something. Yeah.
Great, thank you. There was a question about the meaning of vorlesungsfrei. So when it says vorlesungsfrei from the 20th of December to the 1st of January 2022, what does that mean?
So I did not hear the date you were mentioning, but for lesungsfrei, for example, the Christmas break, or typically as well from the middle of February until the end of April, there's this so-called Vorlesungsfreie Zeit, which means lectures are held until more or less February 15th. This is when the last lecture is done then, and then you, during the next more or less 2 weeks, this is the time for exams. And then there is a month where it's actually really nothing. Just if you failed your exam, for example, this is the time where you can try and do the exam once more. Others use the time to work. Yeah, but there are no real classes or lectures happening in this time. It's a free time for your own organization.
Thank you. We also still have some questions about what the actual definition of program students versus degree-seeking students is. The person who asked the question says that I am a doctorate student and came for a 1-year sandwich internship. To which group does it belong?
So maybe to make it easy, if you are not getting a degree at the Humboldt-Universität, you are a so-called Programmstudierender. If you're just here for 1 year because of researches or because of your studies, and then you go back to your home country and get your degree at your home university, then you are a program student, and a degree student stays here for usually longer than 1 or 2 semesters and is getting the whole certificate and the degree at Humboldt-Universität.
Thank you very much. I would like to also tell all the students still here that we will try and answer all the unanswered questions at the end of the webinar, after the webinar, because there's only a few minutes left today, but we will try to answer all unanswered questions afterwards as well. We have a question if all registration for courses is online or if there's also something that needs to be done in person.
If there is a registration you need to do on AGNES, that's the only thing you do. Usually you do not need to get in person to see your professor to register for courses.
Thank you very much. There were questions about the UVP as well. Does it count as a UVP to take modules and courses outside of your subject, but still within the faculty or department? Is that still UVP?
You can take courses from any other faculty or department. It does not have to be the same faculty. But I would definitely recommend you to look up in your so-called Studienprüfungsordnung whether your program allows überfachliches Wahlpflichtbereich. And you could also get advice by student counselors and also by study advisors at your faculty and department, and talk through your desired courses at other departments or faculties and ask them whether that will be okay.
Thank you very much. There's also a question about when exactly the exam period will be for this semester. And is there a set exam period always where all the exams are happening, and how that works?
Usually there's always an exam period 2 weeks after the end of the last class. Sometimes if you're an exchange student and your semester in your home university is starting earlier and you need to miss this exam period because you already have to be back home to start the studies at your home university, there might be different regulations which you could clarify with the coordinator of the institute. But if any question regarding exams, how to register and everything, best is always to contact the professor to get the answers for that.
So an Erasmus student who has to leave in January, or has to leave is in January, but the exam is scheduled for February, they should contact their lecturer, or who do they get in touch with there?
Yes, first of all, maybe it's best to contact the Erasmus coordinator of the faculty of the institute. Keep in mind that usually you will not be the first student who has got this problem, that universities somewhere else might start earlier. So I'm pretty sure that they have got regulations and solutions for that. So contact the Erasmus coordinators and they probably can help you.
Thank you. We also have another question about the Einwohneranmeldung, if they can register with help from AHU, how that works.
So if you have found a permanent residence in Berlin, usually everyone has to register in Berlin if you're staying for a longer period of time. And as we've shown earlier, we have appointments in the upcoming weeks. We had one on 28th of September, and we're going to have one tomorrow on 5th of October, but it's fully booked out. And then also on 12th of October and 4th of November, we have two appointments with a local registration office. If the time slots would be fully booked out, we will provide an alternative option to register via email. If you would need to take this service, I would kindly ask you to write us an email to infothek-international@hu-berlin.de. It was also shown in the presentation shown earlier.
Thank you very much. We have a question about the events from HUGS. Are they going to take place in German or in English? Both? How does it work?
All HUGS events are offered in English and German, and during the orientational kickoff Zooms, we offer both languages parallel, so you can decide which one you want to visit and in which language.
Thank you very much. There's a question about if there's a deadline for getting your campus card. Yeah.
No, there is no deadline. Once you have got your campus card, you can use your semester tickets. So that's why it's always best to get it as soon as possible. But if you, due to any reasons, just are arriving in Berlin in 2 months or so what, then you can still get your campus card the same way as you could get it right now.
Thank you very much. Are there any courses or help offered from the university for finding internships or jobs, or is there any information that students can go to from the university or from an international department?
HUGS offers a course that can help you finance your study by either looking for job opportunities in Berlin or finding the perfect scholarship for you, or even a paid internship. You can find this workshop under qualifications on our internationals website. The QR code is also shown in the presentation.
Thank you very much. There's a question about if Erasmus students specifically can take part in courses from other departments or faculties, and how they would do this if possible.
So very important, please make sure that basically you can only join courses from your own department. So if you're enrolled to German literature and you're a master's student, you can or should only join courses from German literature. As a master's student, you can only get enrolled for one subject. As a bachelor student, you can get enrolled for up to 2 subjects. You have got the possibility to then join Berlin Perspectives courses or the Überwahlpflichtprogramm, so what Nomin was talking about earlier. But definitely make sure before with your coordinator that it's fine to choose other courses. Most of your courses should be from the department you're enrolled at.
Thank you very much. There's a question about what the term blended course means. What does that entail?
Blended format courses offered during this semester's or blended format modules entail parts that take place in person. So if it's a small group, then the seminar would most probably be in person, and the lecture where more than a certain amount of people have to attend is then offered online to prevent any infection. So blended online and in person.
Thank you. I think there are still some questions about how the pins or the tandems that are given to students, how they work, and what students should do with them. Can anyone say anything to that?
So the pin is sent to you by post. If you are an exchange student, get in contact with us. If you're a degree-seeking student, get in contact with the Student Service Center in case you did not yet get your PIN letter, please. Your 10 list is also sent to you by post. It's sent to the email, to the address you're mentioning during the enrollment process. One of the very frequent problem is that you mentioned your address in Berlin, but your name is not written at the letterbox, for example. So then you can, of course, not get your 10 list. So if you know that there might be this problem or that we maybe do not know at all your current address in Berlin, inform as an exchange student me, as a degree seeking student, the Compass team about your address. And then on AGNES, you can ask for resending the 10 list. So once you know that the correct address is online, and you also see on AGNES which address is online, you can then ask to get a new one. Just to inform you, the 10 list is not very important at the moment because you basically need it for the registration for exams, which will be at the beginning of next year. So you do not need to stress. We still have got time, but that should be organized within the next weeks.
Great, thank you. There's a question if exchange students or students only staying in Germany for 6 months need to register at the Bürgeramt as well. Is that still necessary?
So I would say it depends on the situation. If you are a European citizen, and if you would not need to open a bank account here, or if you don't need to apply for a residence permit, for example, then it's up to you whether you want to register or not. But generally, it is obligatory in Germany to register oneself in a new city if you're living longer than 3 months, I guess. But if you are a non-European citizen, and if you need to open, as I said, do the things I mentioned before, then I would recommend you to register. But of course, if you cannot find a permanent residence yet, then you cannot register yet. So it depends on the situation. And since the accommodation finding situation in Berlin is quite difficult. There should be no big problems if you cannot register in a timely manner, especially since there is this rule of 14 days where you need to have yourself registered after arriving in Berlin, but this rule is not very strictly seen, so there should be no problem here.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the time is already over for our webinar today. I would just like to say that if there are any unanswered questions, please don't hesitate to contact the relevant contact persons, and we will try to answer unanswered questions as well. If you weren't able to watch the whole event or would like to rewatch it to get the links or QR codes for any other reason, don't be concerned, we will be posting the recording online shortly. I would like to thank all the speakers today for their wonderful presentations and for the helpful Q&A session. I would also like to thank all the students for attending. There are many challenges that come with starting at a new university, but at the International Department, we are here to help all international students in their journeys. Have a lovely day, and we're excited to see everyone in Berlin. Thank you very much.